What's up, Facebook family? So, I told you guys I was going to be checking in daily and sharing my kind of journey this time with fitness. And, well, I shouldn't say fitness. Well, let me go back. Okay. So, I'm going to be checking in and sharing my journey. As most of you guys know, like if you've been following my page, you know how I got into fitness was I was very overweight and I needed to lose about 50 pounds. And I did that. Um, and it was awesome. And I had this awesome transformation. And that's what kind of got me into coaching and why I have this page and all of that cool stuff. And then along the way, I started fitness about 5 years ago. Along the way, I've had ups and downs like everyone, right? And that's something I kind of wanted to just share, like a little bit of my story with you guys. Um, Life is not perfect, okay? Like, it's not perfect for anyone. So if you have had a hard time in your life, then just know that, like, you're just normal, right? Like, what is normal? But you're normal. So I've had some things happen in the last 5 years that threw me off, and I always readjust and, and recollaborate and get back to where I need to be. And so this is the third time in the last, since I lost my weight, that I've had to do this to readjust and to get back to, loving myself and just eating right. So fitness for me isn't hard anymore, like working out. That's not where I struggle. I struggle with eating, or should I say not eating? Not eating like everything in sight. So that's where my big struggle is. And, that's where the weight that I've gained this last time has come on. So I'm just being like super candid with you guys because I know like that's what's going to hold me accountable. And I'll be honest with you, I'm going to share like a little secret about what I want to actually accomplish is more than what I did the first time. So my goal is to lose about 10 pounds more than my lowest weight, my first transformation. And I'm flexible on that because since I've been working out, the last 2 years I've been focused on bodybuilding. So I'm not sure. I know I have a lot more muscle mass than I did at the end of my first transformation. So I'm not sure like how much weight I actually should be losing, but I'll play it by ear, I guess. But right now I am, oh, this is so hard to say this. Don't listen, Lucky. Right now I'm about 20 pounds over my lowest weight. And that is really hard for me to admit because I'm supposed to be a fitness coach. I am a fitness coach. I'm supposed to be this person that motivates other people and, practices what I preach and all of that stuff. And so it's hard for me to admit when I've let myself, um, get off track so badly. Um, like I said, I don't know how much of that is muscle mass. I know some of it is, but the majority isn't, right? Just being honest, just being candid. I really need to do something. So that's why I decided to do this, and I decided to document my journey and to share it with all of you, anybody who wants to follow my crazy ramblings, because I want everybody to see that a couple things. Number one, just because you mess up and just because you get off track doesn't mean it's the end for you. Like you can always choose at any moment to make that your start. You know what I'm saying? Like to start new and to restart again. You can decide that at any moment of your life. And so that for me was Sunday. I decided this, I've been thinking about it a while, but yesterday was my first day. So anybody can do that, fitness coach, life coach, whatever you do, don't let a stumble be the end of the journey. It's never a failure unless you decide to not get back up. So that's number one. Number two is that nobody's perfect. We're all just human beings trying to navigate this thing called life and just, be a better person than we were the day before. That's my goal, is just never to give up on myself and never to quit working on me. And so that's where, I'm at right now. And then thirdly is we all have hard things that we go through in our life that throw us off track, you know? And so for me, it was my miscarriage was about a year and a half ago. And this was a miracle baby to begin with, because we had been trying for 6 years to get pregnant, and we had actually just given up. At the beginning of my fitness journey about 5 years ago, I had decided to let go of my dreams of having a baby. We had been trying for 2 years, and I was getting obsessed with it, and it was like overtaking me and who I was. And I didn't want to live like that. I didn't want to be that person that, you know, couldn't be happy for other people. And that I didn't want to be that person you know, that was defined by that one moment, or I mean, that one, you know, accomplishment that I wanted, you know, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to be defined by that. And so I chose to let it go. And actually, right before I got pregnant, we had started the process of adoption. So when I got pregnant it was December of 2014, it was like a miracle from God. And that's what it felt like. And it was like, this is just this miracle, this gift. And then when I miscarried at 10 weeks along, it was the most devastating thing I've ever been through in my whole life. And it totally threw me off track. And it called into question, like, I mean, there's been two, sorry, there's something in my eye. There's been two times in my life where my self-worth has been called into question. And the first time was when I was going through a domestic violence relationship, and, you know, dealing with that, after the aftermath of that, and getting through that and all of that. And fitness helped me so much at just refocusing on who I am and showing me how strong I am, and, you know, the inner power and strength inside of me. And then the second time that I dealt with my self-worth was this pregnancy issue, because it felt like, you know, I'm a woman, that's our like number one purpose in life, is to, you know, bring in more life to the world and to raise up kids that are, you know, going to be the future. And it really felt like, you know, like I was this big failure as a woman, like not even just as a person, but fundamentally as a woman, that I was failing my purpose. And it, you know, I dealt with that the first time with the infertility, and then when I let it go, you know, I got beyond it, and fitness, like I said, helped me so much. But then when I had the pregnancy and then the miscarriage, it came all back. It just resurfaced the whole thing. And so it just called into question who I am. Like, why can't I have a baby? Is it because I wouldn't be a good mom? Like, I'm not a good enough person to raise a child? I mean, like, you know, like, just fundamentally, it was horrible. And so I want to say, like, there are things that are linked to me throughout my fitness journey. And one of them is self-worth with fitness. You cannot work on your fitness and be healthy because it requires loving yourself enough to do something hard. And you can't do that without having belief in yourself. And so the two kind of, to me, go hand in hand. If you have low self-belief and low self-worth, your body is going to show it. I just believe that. And I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a psychologist. I have no formal training other than the School of Hard Knocks. But I truly believe that if you're not loving yourself, and you don't believe in yourself, and you have low self-worth and a low opinion of yourself and no self-respect, it will show in some way in your body, either with an eating disorder, you know. So I'm not even talking about being overweight, but I'm just talking about it will mirror in your body. And so this is what has happened to me the last year and a half. I've still been working out every single day. That's part of my lifestyle. And it's helped me a lot, you know, stay powerful. But the way that it showed with me was my eating. And I didn't even like start eating nasty, crappy food, like processed crap. I've bought the same things. It's just the balance, and caring enough and respecting myself enough to, you know, make sure that my nutrition's on point and that I'm being healthy inside. And that's what failed. And so, with that came on some weight. And so anyway, I told you guys at the beginning of this journey yesterday, woohoo, I'm one day in. But I told you guys I was going to be raw and real and uncensored. And so that's really where I'm at. And what my goal is to, number one, focus on myself. And then number two, I really hope and pray that my journey inspires you. I want my journey to inspire someone else. And I want to show you that, you can rise again, and you can rise from a fall, and it doesn't mean the end. We all fail, we all have hard times, we all go through things, but the people who get back up are the ones who will never be conquered. Like never conquered, right? Like always victorious, even in the failure, always victorious. Because if you live your life that way, a failure is just a lesson, right? It's just a really great lesson. And as long as you're willing to learn from it, there's no stopping you. You will be unstoppable. And so that's just what I wanted to say today, I guess. I didn't mean to talk for 12 minutes, but I hope you guys get something out of this. I hope that I can inspire people to not just be healthy, like, eat healthy and work out and all of that, which of course is like, I'm a health and fitness coach. Like that's, always going to be one of my focuses. But I just really believe, like I said already, that when we focus on the inside and we get our heart right and we get our mind right and we get the emotions and the feelings and all of that stuff that we normally don't want to touch with a 10-foot pole, we just want to bury, right? But when we dig deep and we let that out and we deal with it, your body will respond and your discipline will show through, because I believe that we all at our heart, we want to be healthy and we want to treat our bodies right, and we want to, create a future that is longevity and health and vitality. And I want to be that 100-year-old grandma that still plays outside with the grandkids. That's what I want for my future. And I think that's what we all want. I mean, nobody, like, who sits there and says, oh, when I'm 70, I really hope that I'm in a nursing home. No, nobody wants that, right? But unless you deal with the inside and the emotions and the things that hold you back and you figure that crap out, unfortunately, that is the way some people go. And I don't want that to be me. I don't want it to be you. So I hope that I can inspire you. And I hope that that you just make today an amazing day. So this was day 1 recap of Project Get Fit Mary. And I hope that I spoke to you. I hope it helped you. All right, you guys have an amazing day. Make it fabulous. Say bye, Lokes. Bye to the peepees. Okay, bye to the peoples. All right, love you guys.